Hello, and welcome back to Play Dainty channel. This week we're going to be playing Chapter 14 of The Crown and the Flame, Book 1. Last week, we defeated the Mechatar, and Dominic got in trouble because Tristan ratted him out. So, let's see here. Chapter 14's description says, Can Kenna convince the leader of the Technocrats to fight for Stormholt? Meanwhile, Dominic is reunited with Say in Stormholt's dungeon. Chapter 14, The Foundry. Now playing as Kenna. You and your companions follow Whitlock into the Foundry's large central building. Welcome to my workshop. A most impressive collection of inventions. Thanks. Please make yourselves at home. Just don't touch anything that glows, spins, or smokes. A golden sphere flashes and a little flame shoots out at bow. Ouch. Too late. Ahem. We'll all keep our hands to ourselves from now on. I'll just guard the door. Machines make Leon a little nervous. Stand wherever you like. I'd stay back a couple of steps, though. The emergency lockdown trigger has been a little twitchy lately. Leon eyes the door warily as Whitlock starts tinkering with a half-finished device on one of his work tables. Raiden pulls you aside and whispers, Kenna, this may be your last chance to impress Whitlock and convince him to help us. Choose your words wisely. I will. Whitlock, what are you working on? Are we going to talk or what? Which one sounds nicer? That looks interesting. We experience sandstorms on a fairly consistent basis. Most are relatively mild, but the truly catastrophic ones can arrive with very little warning. Whitlock opens his hand, and you see a tiny mechanical rabbit leaping in his palm. That's amazing, but how will it help with the sandstorms? This little guy, attached to a specially modified weather vane, will sound an alarm if wind speed surpasses a certain threshold, meaning a storm is likely on the way. That's ingenious. And thoughtful, too. That tiny little rabbit will help a lot of people. Whitlock blushes. I hope so. I'm just trying to be useful. This is what I'm best at, creating things that help others. I have a question. Go ahead. In the past couple of years, I've heard reliable accounts of technocrat-made weapons dominating battlefields all around the world. Surely some among you must make weapons. Oh, that. It was never meant to be that way. Let me back up and explain. When I came to the Foundry, I had nothing but the ragged clothes on my back and crude prosthetics cobbled together from blacksmith's tongs and old saddle parts. The technocrats saw me as a marvel, the youngest person to ever solve the labyrinth, but one woman also saw a scared little boy with no family. She adopted me as her apprentice, and she helped me build the prosthetics I'm wearing now. For the next few years, she was my mentor, my confidant, and my best friend. She sounds like a very kind woman. Yes, she was. Hex was like a mother to me, although, let's remember the name Hex. While sometimes I caught a glimpse of something else, another part of her that she tried to keep hidden. This premium choice will give you a chance to play as Whitlock and see what happened between him and Hex, including when she left the Technocrats. Wait, we've already met Hex. She's the one that's helping out Prince Marco, I think. Alright, do I want to learn about Whitlock and Hex? Yes. I was just remembering a time a few years back. I'd only lived among the Technocrats a few months, but Hex wasted no time with my education. Whitlock begins to tell his story. You're now playing as Whitlock. I'm home! Yeah, that's definitely the woman that's helping. She built that cannon thing. Whitlock, your timing couldn't be better, but my most astute apprentice, I have something to show you. Is that another device for the labyrinth? What does it do? I'll show you. Come here. Yes, this side of the table. Wouldn't want you in the line of fire. Hex pulls a lever and lightning arcs across the room. Whoa, how did you get it to store that much charge? What material did you use for the wires? Mine are always overheating. I'm glad I can still impress you. This will be a fine addition to Labyrinth Section 11. Though, can you imagine what this would do to a fully armored knight? You could strike down armies easily as swatting flies. Oh dear, I know that look on your face. Speak your mind, Whitlock. You know I value everything you say. It's just, it shouldn't be so easy to kill. Some inventions are too dangerous. Let's do the first one. I see, and how easy should it be? In order to kill someone, you should have to put yourself at risk. It's only fair. You're right, that would be fair, but for the sake of argument, say a mercenary came through that door 6 feet tall with muscles like iron, a ruthless, seasoned killer. If someone like that tried to take your life, how much of a risk would that be to them? Well, hardly any, I suppose. Correct. If someone has a physical advantage over you, how is it unfair to use your technological advantage to even the scales? But this isn't evening the scales, this is blowing them to pieces. If we go too far, how are we different from the tyrants that we despise? I'm sorry, I just don't like the idea of using our inventions as war machines. In an ideal world, we wouldn't need to, but you know better than anyone what the world outside is like. But aren't there better uses for our skills than killing? With our knowledge, we could revolutionize agriculture and industry. We've created a utopia here in the Foundry. Imagine if the rest of the world followed our lead. Hex sighs. She puts an arm around your shoulder, kissing the top of your head. You have beautiful dreams, sweet boy. I wish I could make them come true. But the rest of the world is not like us. Most people cannot simply be shown the correct path. They must be driven there like cattle. Hex, you're scaring me. Can we talk about something else? Hex presses her lips together and nods. Yes, I think that's best. Enough of this grim talk. Here, I want to see if you can work out how I solved this overheating problem on this new trap. Oh, I have a few theories on that. Tell me when I'm getting close. Despite our differing opinions, Hex never tried to force me into her way of thinking. I cared about her very much, and I truly believe that she cared about me. Even so, after I was elected leader, I made a discovery that forced me to make a very difficult decision. Hex, thank you for coming to see me today. I'm honored that our esteemed ruler would make the time for a private meeting with a lowly engineer. Hex. I'm only teasing, Whitlock. I always knew that you would lead the Foundry someday. I couldn't be prouder of you. Tell me what's troubling you. You know I'll do everything I can to help. I wish I could read you so easily as you can read me, but you make that difficult. So I must be blunt. Hex, I have reason to believe that you are selling weapons to outsiders. Oh, I see. Is that all you have to say? Explain yourself. Tell me this isn't true. Hex, I've seen plans for weapons in your workshop. Explosives, cannons, a portable lightning machine. And now I'm getting reports of these very weapons being used in wars across the continent, killing thousands of people. Tell me the plans were stolen or lost, or... Are you really trying to explain away evidence because you don't like what it's pointing to? I taught you better than that. What, Whitlock, do you know what it's like to create something incredible and know that it will never be used? Your inventions are used all the time. The whole labyrinth is full of them. Most of them are never even activated. What good is a tool that's never used, Whitlock? What good are we, hidden away in our city, while brutes and tyrants drive the world to ruin? Are you saying that you want to make war machines? You think technocrats should rule? We'll do the first one. This city is supposed to be a place where we can chase our passion and sharpen our minds. I can't help that my passions aren't something nice and safe like horticulture or textiles. Maybe you can't control your thoughts, but you can control your actions. And your actions of late have jeopardized the safety of everyone in this city. Hex, I'm so sorry, but you leave me no choice. By the authority given me by the people of the Foundry, I hereby revoke your citizenship. You're banishing me? You've done something that can't be forgiven. You're the antithesis of everything we stand for. I'm the only person in these walls who understands the truth. Hex walks towards you, her eyes alight with fury. This world is sick, and you're all too afraid to do anything about it. These walls won't protect you forever, you naive guardian. A warehouse door flies open, and a towering shape charges out to stand between you and Hex. Roar. Oh, Whitlock, you know I would never hurt you. Please, just go. Hex stares at you for a long time, then walks to a control panel in the labyrinth's inner wall. I hope you're right, sweet boy, about everything. Hex throws a switch, opening a straight path through the labyrinth. She steps through the first door, and it slams shut behind her. Whitlock trails off, staring into space for several long moments. You learned Whitlock's history with Hex. You sent her away? I would have imprisoned her, done the same thing, had her executed. Done the same thing will resonate with him. Still, I can't imagine how hard that must have been. It was the hardest decision I've ever had to make. And in truth, it was the wrong one. I see now that banishing Hex only made her more bitter and much more dangerous. I should have kept her here, under guard. Even if she never changed her ways, at least she wouldn't be able to hurt anyone else. Here we live by one principle: create things that better humanity. Ingenuity is what matters to us, not prowess in battle. But ingenuity, untempered by morality, can be dangerous. And exactly how dangerous is your former mentor? With proper funding and resources, I don't know if there's anything she can't make. She's designed many of the devices you encountered in the labyrinth. Sounds like a real charmer. If we ever come across her, remind me to pay her back for all these bruises. Trust me, if you ever have the misfortune of meeting Hex, she won't be the one who ends up hurt. Especially now that she's working for Prince Marco. What? Now playing as Dominic. After being caught tampering with Hex's cannon, you're dragged to the dungeon by Navrakis guards. Throw him in there, second from the end. He and the barbarian can keep each other company. Oh good, now we can talk to her. In you go, traitor. Let go of me. I beg you to stop. I'm no traitor. When I get out, I'm going to kill you. No threats aren't going to help him. This is all just a misunderstanding. I was just making some repairs to the cannon. Oh, well, if that's the case, I'm sure Lady Hex will be happy to corroborate your story. She probably doesn't even remember telling me to do it. Likely because it never happened. Now get in that cell, or you'll find out what 2 broken legs feels like. Make yourself comfortable, dear Dominic. I'll be back later so we can have a little chat about your friend Kenna. I'm not telling you anything. We'll see. Bartel and the guards leave. You slump down on the stone floor. Across the narrow corridor, you can see Say curled up against the wall of her own cell. Say, are you awake? Don't you remember me? Right, I'll take that as a yes. And you remember this. You touch your fingers to your shirt just above your brand. In the cell across from yours, Say lifts her head to stare. If this is some sort of trick, if you painted that there to deceive me, I'll end your life slowly, Lowlander. First off, you can't reach me or I'm too handsome to kill. We'll go with the second one. Huh, you do have a nice face for a lowlander. Won't be so handsome once I burn it off. But you haven't done it yet, so some party must want to hear me out. Speak, lowlander. This brand on my chest, I have to know. What does it mean? I've been wondering my whole life. It means that you were stolen from us. So, I'm one of your people? You may have been born on the dragon's spine. You may carry the flame, but you are not one of us. Everything you are, the lowlanders made you. You know nothing of our ways. Then tell me. I want to know. How'd you get here? Where did I get this brand? Start with his own story. From your mother. My mother, did you know her? No, but it is what mothers do when they birth a child of the flame. Mine did the same for me. It's how others know you've been chosen to carry the fire. You carry this awesome power, why can't you just escape? Say holds up her manacles so you can see the rows of tiny spikes that line the insides. If they grow too hot, the shackles will sink their teeth into my hands. I can barely light a candle without feeling their sting. That's barbaric. I assume those are another of Hex's designs. That woman knows too much about us. I need to ask you. How do you summon the fire? Why does everyone call you a barbarian? Let's start with the first one. I need to figure this out if we're going to bust out of here. Even the best need years of training. Well, we've got until Kenna's army gets here, or they decide to execute us, whichever comes first. The flame grows from your anger. You must feed it enough to burn, but you must keep it from consuming you. Okay, I can do that. Say size. This is pointless. I know now that any attempt at rebellion is doomed. You knew? Wish you'd told me. Could have saved me a lot of trouble. This is amusing to you? I mean, I just got thrown into a dungeon and Bartel is likely going to torture me into madness, so no, it's not the best day for me. But someone's got to be the optimist around here, and you don't seem interested in that particular role. Did that witch send you here to torment me? You are like the Gabberjack. The what? A creature from the Elder Stories. It follows bad children all day and all night, babbling nonsense. Fascinating. How does one get rid of the Gabberjack? You seize it by its forked tongue and drown it in the river. Well, there you have it. I don't have a forked tongue, so I can't be the Gabberjack. He is a devious creature. I'll try drowning you anyway, just to be sure. Say, was that a joke? You're full of surprises. I've been down here too long. I'm clearly growing delirious. I'll just say that if I get out of this cell, I swear on my life that I'll find a way to get you home. I'd have more confidence in your words if you had control over your fire. You need to be strong if you're going to live up to that promise. I'm getting better. Then show me. Summon the fire. Concentrating. You manage to summon a tiny flame in the palm of your hand. Not bad. That's high praise coming from you. Heh, not bad at all. Now playing as Kenna. If Hex is working for our enemies, then we need your help more than ever. I sympathize with you. I lost family to the Blood King's war, and I know that you have the best interests of your people in mind. Then you're with us? You'll join me in breaking Luther's hold on the Five Kingdoms? No. If you refuse to help, then you're a coward. You must at least tell me why. Insulting people never gets anywhere. You aren't upset. Well, I can't say that's the answer I was hoping for. Why won't you help us? Our predecessors built this city to be a haven, a place free from tyrants and bloodshed. We decided a long time ago that we would avoid upsetting the balance of the outside world. If you think your little walled city will keep you safe forever, you're not as smart as you think you are. I have to agree, more people are learning of your existence every day. Sooner or later, war will find you. Yeah, and you've got a lot of nice stuff here. People are going to want to take it. You're talking about yourself, aren't you? No. Whatever you've pocketed, put it back. As Val fishes some stolen trinkets out of her pockets, Whitlock turns to you, his gaze even. Hannah, you have anything you want to add? Yes, please reconsider your decision. Have you thought about the fact that if you don't help us, innocent people will die? You let Hex go, that means you're already involved. He was feeling guilty about that, so... Your arguments are irrelevant, Whitlock, because one of your people is already a part of this war. By letting Hex go free, you've already upset the balance of our conflicts beyond calculation. You drove the wolf away from your home, and she ran straight into mine. So you're asking me to meet her violence with more violence. I'm asking you to deal with the consequences of your actions. Hex may have been your mentor, but as the leader of the technocrats, she's also your responsibility. At this point, you've put us all at a disadvantage. Isn't it better to even the odds? You're absolutely right. Woo, I picked correctly. I hope that when I sent Hex away, she would realize her mistakes and learn from them. It seems I overestimated her. I won't make the same error again. Whitlock nods, getting to his feet. Alright, Kenna, you've convinced me. Whitlock has joined your alliance. So you will help us? I will indeed, so tell me, what exactly do you need our help with? The outer walls of Stormhold are unbreakable. I've seen cannonballs bounce off of them like apples. And we have reports that Prince Marco has been reinforcing them even further. If you had some way to get us over the walls or through them, we could end this battle without a lengthy siege. Unbreakable walls, huh? An intriguing problem. I may just have the thing. Follow me. Whitlock leads you to a warehouse full of towering machinery. It's like a forest of pipes and levers in here. What are all these machines for? Don't get me started, or we'll be here all day. Over here is the solution to your impenetrable wall problem. It's a giant drill. That bit is a special alloy I developed myself. Bored a tunnel right into a solid granite cliff. Very fun afternoon. I don't know. My mother once told me that penetrating Stormhold's walls was impossible. Never tell a technocrat that something is impossible. Then we're obligated to prove you wrong. So you've got your drill, and you've got me to operate it. Are you happy now? Whitlock, we need more siege weapons. We need more siege weapons. Yes, thank you. Well, we definitely have 40, so we will do that one. Well, you and your people have really impressed me. So anything in here is at your disposal. Equipped technocrat siege weapons. Really? Thank you. Now this was worth all that time in the desert. This is more generosity than we could have anticipated. Well, let's get it back to your army. The next morning, Whitlock accompanies you on the journey back to Aurelia. The palace doors fly open as you ride the drill across the bridge. You're back. You hop down from the drill, and Annalise sprints into your arms, planting a kiss on your cheek. Oof, missed me that much, did you? Don't you ever make me stay behind again. You know what worry does to your skin? Look, you gave me a wrinkle. That's ridiculous. You look even prettier than when I left. Gabriel, come see, they're back. Gabriel emerges from the palace, his limp nearly gone. Oh, good. Gods, what manner of mechanical contraptions are these? A drill to get us through Stormholt's walls, and catapults to strike over them. All courtesy of our new ally, Whitlock of the Technocrats. Well, this is it then. We're finally marching on Stormholt. Marching into battle. Well, this will certainly be a new and interesting experience. You're not the only one who's new to this, Whitlock. Kenna, there's no one in this world that I would rather follow into battle. I can see it now, Kenna charging valiantly forward, her eyes ablaze with ferocity, a magnificent blue cape blowing in the wind. Oh, and I know just the armor for the job. Armor? Woman's got a point. Can't have our queen go into battle without armor. One look at you and they'll be tripping over themselves to swear undying loyalty. Choose your armor. That one's 16. That one's 10. That one looks prettier. So why would it cost us? Yeah, I'm gonna pick this 10. And Elise summons an armor from the city, and the two walk through the day. Finally. Well, how do I look? It suits you. Look at us, we're a matching pair, gold and silver. If this one had her way, you'd be covered in about 10 pounds of sapphires as well. Well, excuse me for trying to stick with the color scheme. Gabriel, are you crying? I'm sorry, my queen, I just wish your mother could see you now. You're radiant like a hero from legend. How does it feel? It feels right. Yep, get plenty of rest tonight, my friends. Tomorrow, we march on Stormholt. Chapter progress. Whitlock has joined your alliance. His technological expertise is bound to turn the tides of battle. You listened to Whitlock as he told you about the situation with Hex. This will make him more loyal to you. You convinced Whitlock and the Technocrats to give you better siege weapons, which will give you an edge up on the enemy. You've unlocked the elite battle armor. Overall progress. Makatar alive, question mark, and recruited. Whitlock alive and recruited. Okay, so there's one more person we haven't met. 63 out of 70, 22 out of 24. The rest is perfect. So we're getting really close to the end of this chapter anyway, or this book. Overall army score 370 out of 379. Alright, we've been doing pretty good, especially considering how many times I died the other day. Alright, well, thank you for joining me on Play Dainty. Check in next time to see what happens with as they march on Stormholt, and hopefully we get Dom out of the dungeon.